Welcome to a new market update, and the markets are so super exciting because of the huge ROI that you can make during this period in January. Actually, the market is quite boring for Bitcoin, although on-chain analysis are showing that we might be getting into a bottom phase still, given the fact that this signal or those levels have been hit on the previous bottoming formations too. In this update, we're going to look at what is crucial for Bitcoin, which we have been saying in the previous updates too, but once again, we're going to discuss that for Bitcoin in this short and small update. Before we're going to continue, make sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel. That's free, it helps me a lot. Make also sure that you're following me on Twitter and Instagram, where you can find daily content on the markets. And this is the year that we're going to improve it on all platforms. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin, what people often are doing is either they are zooming out too far, so they are missing actual opportunities, or they are zooming out in, or they're zooming in too much, in which decisions are currently getting based from 5 or 15 minute charts, while you're actually a swing trader, but because of the low volatility, people are chopping around quite a lot, and you can actually see that because of that range that we're acting in, that every level or every minimal move is getting bullish or bearish, and every minimal move is an emotional attraction to actually start basing your decisions from, just simply because we are acting in that narrow range, and because of the fact that we've just been witnessing a 40% correction resulting into fear, emotional behavior, and also panic on every minimal move that the markets are going to make. So let's dive into the chart of Bitcoin one more time to see what we should be doing in order to actually get a bullish or bearish trigger. That's what we're going to discuss. So let's move towards the charts. Actually, we're looking at the lower time frame first. We have got a very ugly price action behavior in the past few days, in which, if you're looking at the price action itself, the rejections at 42.4 are quite beautiful, and the retest at 41.3 are beautiful too. But anything in between is not really cool to look at, to be honest. And when we're looking at the price action overall, we can actually see that if we're looking at the higher time frames, the area to hold is still this zone that we have been testing. Actually, I have to do it correct. That is this area that we have been testing. As we know, we also got this previous support here, previous resistance becoming support. So if you're a trader or investor into Bitcoin, and if you want to start building your positions, you should not be swapping those trades based on a $100 move. Usually you will not see a gain happening at that stage. So if you want to get into the markets, or if you want to build your positions, you're looking at higher time frame levels, through which this entire range is an area that you can be looking at to start building your position. You might have bought already at 48k, you might have bought at 46k, but if you're DCAing towards the levels that we've got here, that is the best option to do so, given the fact that on-chain analysis are giving that bottom signals, and given the fact that we are overall into a higher time frame support. So building a position in that area is not the worst strategy to do so. So higher time frame, crucial areas are still standing. This means that you could be hitting your buys at 42k already if you want to. You can just use the entire area to just DCA or have your buys set, and in that way you will be getting hit if you want to have exposure. When we're looking at the higher time frames resistance points, nothing really changed. The 46k barrier is the one that we have to crack. We can see that we've had a reversal in this upwards trend, as we have been correcting, and we have been making lower highs, lower lows. So in order to actually become some more bullish, or to add towards your position, you want to see a claim of 46k, as then you can start targeting higher numbers, and the confirmation of a reversal are quite satisfied because of the reclaim of a previous support, and now we are back at it for support again. The second scenario, which we have discussed, is a dip into a green area to create ourselves a bullish divergence and then reclaim the level at 40.6 before we are going to reverse. That is also a bullish trigger, and that is also a trigger where you can start adding to your position, given the fact that divergences are usually one of the key triggers to look at when it comes to the markets. So when we're looking at the markets at this point in a lower time frame, we have been saying on a higher time frame, hey, we have to get above 46k and we have to get a potential bullish divergence if 46k is not reclaimed and we start still diving south. So in this case, we are discussing the lower time frames to add on that higher time frame scenario, in which we can look at the levels that we have to claim on the lower time frame to actually get to one of the higher time frames that we were discussing. So in order to actually have a test of 46k taking place, you clearly want to see higher time frames reverse, and a reversal usually happens on the lower time frames first, and then it will be confirmed on the higher time frames. So in this case, we've got this ugly choppy pattern, right? And we've also constructed ourselves a resistance point that we have to claim, because of the simple fact that we have been acting between, or we found resistance between 42.4 and 42.7, right? If that is, that broke south, and if that is reclaimed, so we are in just like the red squiggly line, if we get above that level, find support, then that is going to be a confirmation and a trigger for actual continuation to be happening, as then the other side of the range, which is 43.7, will be tested. And given the fact that that has been tested a few times already, the chances are that the sellers are done there. And also by reclaiming 42.4, we might be getting some stops triggered on shorts. So that is a key trigger for a or at least a continuation of the upwards trend. If 42.4 is reclaimed, then we're going to look at a test of 46k next, and that is the crucial level that we have to break through when it comes to higher time frame bullishness, right? If the 42.4 is not going to be reclaimed, and we can see those triggers here, and we're going to reverse and test the lows again, losing 41.3 is going to be a nuke or breakdown towards the higher time frame support between 38 to 40k. That is what I just discussed with the bullish divergence. But if Bitcoin is on the lower time frames not able to break through 42.4 and 42.7, then we might most likely are going to test support, and then I'm going to look at a breakdown beneath that level, in which 38 to 40k for that bullish divergence is going to be the key trigger. So that's a short update of all the scenarios that I'm looking at and how you confirm them on lower time frames when you made a thesis on higher time frames. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe indeed, and also make sure to like this update if you have enjoyed the content. I'll be back later today with a new one. Don't forget to have a beautiful day and smile as well. See you again later today. Ciao.